Today we're going to talk about all the shields in Terraria. Shields are accessories that can be equipped and provide the player with a set of buffs, usually defense-based ones, that can be great to use at any stage of the game. I'll cover how to obtain them, if they're for you, and what I think of each one. Let's get into it. First, there are 3 pre-hard mode shields. The Shield of Cthulhu is an expert exclusive guaranteed drop from the Eye of Cthulhu in expert mode and above, and is one of my favorite accessories of all time. It gives 2 defense and allows the player to dash, serving as both an early game movement accessory and a damaging ability. Double tapping with it equipped will cause the player to quickly propel forward in that direction. Dashing into an enemy does 30 damage and also bounces you back away from them afterwards. This effect works on most bosses too, making it an amazing item to help dodge attacks. I personally use this accessory throughout most of my playthroughs, all the way from early game to late game, since the dash's ability to allow you to quickly change directions helps a ton with faster moving bosses from Queen Bee to Duke Fishron. The Cobalt and Obsidian Shield. The reason I group these shields together is because the Obsidian Shield is a direct upgrade to the Cobalt Shield. The Cobalt Shield is only available after Skeletron, and it's one of the greatest accessories in the game. It's one of those accessories that we all use and can't live without. It's the best dungeon chest loot that you can get in my opinion, and one of the most loved items in all of Terraria. Why, you may ask? Because it prevents this. The Cobalt Shield provides immunity to knockback, one of the most annoying attributes to deal with in the game. Instead of getting knocked around, you'll still take damage, but your character won't move at all. Mix this accessory with the Obsidian Skull, crafted with 20 obsidian at a furnace, and you'll get the Obsidian Shield, which grants immunity to knockback and the burning debuff. Immunity to burning is a great thing to have in late pre-hard mode, since it'll kill the player quickly if they're standing on meteorite or hellstone. These early hard mode shields are amazing, and I would recommend using them throughout your Terraria journey as I do. Next, let's take a look at the remaining 7 shields which are hard mode exclusive. Number 1. The Ankh Shield. It's one of the most notorious accessories in the game for its very long crafting recipe. It's crafted by combining the Obsidian Shield from pre-hard mode with the Ankh Charm. The Ankh Charm is crafted by doing the following, try to keep up. Mixing the Armor Polish with the Vitamins to make the Armor Bracing. Mixing the Biozar with the Adhesive Bandage to make the Medical Bandage. Mixing the Fast Clock with the Trifold Map to make the Plan. Mixing the Megaphone with the Nazar to make the Counter Curse Mantra. Mixing the Blindfold with the Pocket Mirror to make the Reflective Shades. And lastly, mixing the Armor Bracing, Medicated Bandage, the Plan, Counter Curse Mantra, and Reflective Shades all together at a Tinker's Workshop to make the Ankh Charm. Overall, the Ankh Shield combines the effects of a dozen accessories together into one big super accessory. All of the accessories are obtained early hard mode, and usually as you explore and mine for early hard mode ores, you may unintentionally get 2 to 3 of them. Here's a list of how to get each one. Overall, the accessory is pretty useful, although it's not an easy feat to make. If you're down for the adventure and some grinding, all the luck to you. Number 2. The Sergeant United Shield. The shield resembles Captain America's shield from Marvel both physically and in terms of functionality. It's bought from the Traveling Merchant in hard mode for 35 gold and is actually the only shield out of all 10 shields in Terraria that's actually a weapon and not an accessory. When used, it homes in on nearby enemies with a base damage of 80 and a fast speed. It also chains its attacks for up to 4 additional enemies after the first, and also has a great secondary feature which allows you to parry incoming attacks. Successfully parrying an attack is a little tricky, but doing it correctly will grant a striking movement buff, causing the next melee attack done within 5 seconds to do 400% more damage, which is pretty crazy.
At number 3 we have the Paladin Shield. This accessory is post-planetary exclusive and is obtained with a 9% chance in normal mode and a 13% chance in expert and master mode from paladins. High health and high damage but slow moving enemies found in the post-planetary dungeon. It provides 6 defense, immunity to knockback, and redirects 25% of the damage taken by nearby team members to you as long as you're above 25% health. Basically, if you are above 25% health and your friend takes 100 damage, you will receive 25 damage, 25%, and he or she will receive 75 damage only. If you're below 25% health, the effect won't take place. As you may be able to tell already, this accessory isn't that great in single player worlds, but it's pretty useful in multiplayer worlds when playing with friends. Next, we have the Hero Shield. The Hero Shield mixes the effects of both accessories and does the following. Increases defense by 10, grants immunity to knockback, increases how likely enemies are to target you, and redirects 25% of the damage done to other players to you as long as you're above 25% health, just like the Paladin Shield. Once again, a decent accessory especially for melee users, but a lot more useful in multiplayer than single player. Next, we have the Frozen Shield. It's the alternate option to the Hero Shield and is crafted by mixing the Paladin Shield with a Frozen Turtle Shell, dropped 2% of the time from ice tortoises in the underground snow biome. It combines the effects of both, increased defense by 6, immunity to knockback, redirects 25% of the damage taken by other players to you as long as you're above 25% health, and also reduces damage taken by 25% when your health is below 50%. Once again, decent accessory and arguably better than the Hero Shield single player, but a lot more useful in multiplayer with friends. And now, the last 2 shields which are summoner focused. Number 6, the Huntress's Buckler. It's dropped 17% of the time in normal mode, and 25% of the time in expert and master mode from ogres in tier 2, and then in tier 3 it's dropped with a 9% chance in all modes. It increases the max number of sentries you can place down by 1 and increases minion damage by a solid 10%. It's a good accessory for summoners because of the high damage buff and is great when paired with a summoner emblem for very high damage boost. And lastly, number 7, the Squire Shield. It has a 25% chance in normal mode and a 50% chance in expert and master mode to drop from the Dark Mage mini-boss in tiers 1 and 3. It has the same exact effects as the Huntress's Buckler and is arguably a lot easier to get, increasing the max number of sentries by 1 and increasing summon damage by 10%. Once again, it's a good accessory for summoners because of its high damage buff and max sentry increases by 1. And that's it. Those are a breakdown of all 10 shields in Terraria and which ones you may want to use no matter how you're playing the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your favorite shield and don't forget to like and sub for more content. See you guys in the next one.